In 2003, Nikon made this D2H camera. It has 4 megapixels. It cost $3,500, but it didn't have a CCD sensor and it didn't have a CMOS sensor. What the heck kind of sensor did it have? Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Carmine from New York here, photographer in Manhattan since the 1970s. This monster is the Nikon D2H DSLR digital camera, 4 megapixels. Hit the subscribe button, comment below if you've ever used the Nikon D2H or the lens that's attached to the front of this, the Nikon VR AFS 24 to 85 f 3.5 to 4.5 G ED lens. All right, and hit the thumbs up button. All right, jumping right into this, just the other day, I went to Dayton, New Jersey to a farm, and they were having a pumpkin festival. So I went with this 4 megapixel professional all metal body made of magnesium camera. So here it was 2003 in Japan, when Nikon developed, designed, and engineered a sensor that no one has ever seen before. It's called the JFET LB Cast. Okay, so it's not a CCD sensor. It's CMOS adjacent, which means it's close to a CMOS, but not quite. So why did Nikon develop their own sensor? Well, the problem with CCD sensors, as everybody knows, is that they use a lot of energy. They drain batteries like crazy. We'll get back to the battery in a second. So they wanted to develop a sensor that was not using so much battery power. They wanted to make a sensor that was low noise, that was very fast, a high-speed sensor, and they came up with the JFET LB Cast sensor, which is in this camera. Behind me, you'll see the images that I took with this camera at this pumpkin festival. So the camera, I would say that the D2H, the H stands for heavy. What you're looking at is nearly 5 pounds of metal and glass with the battery and the lens. Okay. So the format of this new and improved sensor is DX. It's an aps-c size sensor, which means whatever lens you put on it, there's a crop factor of approximately 1.5. The photographs that you're looking at were all taken on aperture priority, f8 at ISO 200. It was a very bright day, as you can tell from the photographs. The ISO range on this camera is 200 to 1600. Right. Now, so it has a 2.5-inch screen on the back. Okay, let's turn it on. And the screen is just really all you need for looking at your photographs, right? Just checking to make sure you have them cropped right. And it's perfect to look at your menu, okay? It really is. It's absolutely fine. 2.5 inches is just enough to see what you're doing. Now, this screen had something new for the early 2000s. It had tempered glass. The earlier screens had regular glass, which cracked and scratched very easily. This at least has some resistance. Right, you open this little switch here, you push a button, you open a door. They really didn't want you to get to the memory card. So it takes one CF card, okay? When I did this shooting, I used this card, right, which is a 4 gigabyte card, which gave me over 1,000 raw photographs, okay? So that just goes to show you one of the benefits of shooting with a 4 megapixel camera. This camera will shoot 8 frames per second for 40 JPEGs before the buffer fills up and has to download them all onto the CF card. Sports photographers and photojournalists went crazy for this camera when it came out in 2003. Finally, Nikon put in lithium batteries. All right, this big, beautiful battery. It's the ENEL4 battery. This is a third party. These batteries are still being made. You can find them everywhere, brand new for $36. Not the Nikon brand, but the third party, which I use, and I have about 8 of these. Here's the thing. I charge this on the MH22 charger, right? This is what the MH22 charger looks like. You can charge 2 at a time. So I charged it, put it in the camera, okay? And I went out shooting. I took over 1,300 pictures, and the battery still showed full battery when I got back. Incredible. This lithium battery will last you not only the whole day, it'll last you many days of shooting, we used to say. But always take. How much is this camera today? I told you it was $3,500 new in 2003. You can get them for $200 in working, great condition today. $200. The lens that I use to take all the photographs that you're looking at today, all right, were taken with this lens. It's the Nikon AFS. It's the VR version. All right. You can turn the VR on and off on the side. It's a zoom lens. Now, the reason I picked this lens, the 24 to 85, it's the G lens ED, is because I didn't know what the situation was going to be like, right? Like, you need a wide angle for a shot like this, right? And a telephoto for a shot like that, okay? And I think this new sensor that they came out with, the JFET LB cast, I think they should have stayed with it because in some respects, the colors match CCD and maybe even a little bit more. There's no way you can look at this picture and not say, geez, kind of looks like Kodachrome back in the day. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is that the lens used in minty condition sells for about $159. $200 for the camera. The lens is about $159. These batteries run you new, $36. The charger used, okay, get a Nikon one. Don't get a off-brand charger. That'll run you approximately $50. It's the MH22. And the CF cards, they're very inexpensive if you buy the 4 GB CF cards. Okay, so that's the whole system. I told you what my settings were. Aperture priority, ISO 200 f8. And as you guys know, this being class 407, you know f8 is the sharpest f-stop. Any lens. I mean, come on, look at this. This reminds me of the photographs that used to hang in Grand Central Station, and it used to have colors like this. So sit back and relax, and let's look at my day at the Dayton, New Jersey Pumpkin Festival. Subscribe and let's go.